strategic relationship I call basically with key stakeholders, not with everyone, with key stakeholders. And key stakeholders are the people who have a stake in your success or failures, or who can impact and influence your success or failure. Either they would make you very successful, or they can make you a failure. These are those people. Some of the examples you will find these people internally in your organization. These are your boss, boss of the boss, CEO of the company, head of human resources, your key staff members. Not everyone will report to you, but key staff members on which you depend for accomplishing your goals and objective, and some other powerful executive in the organization. These are few examples. There may be other people, you know it better, but these are some examples of the key stakeholders or strategic relationship you need to maintain inside the organization internally. It's not limited to internally only. There are external strategic relationships you need to build, and examples are your auditors, your bankers, your executive recruiter. If there is sometimes there are recruiters who are working for you or for your company, your mentors, your previous bosses, your members of the board of directors, your shareholders, family and friends who are in powerful position. Those people could also be could serve as your strategic relationships. So what you need to do, here is my guideline, key guideline. Try to keep, because it is overwhelming, I know. So okay, so some of you would be thinking, oh, I need to do all this. Where do I get the time? Where do I get the focus and energy and capacity? So don't worry. It's very focused exercise. So here is my advice and guideline. Try to keep 20 strategic relationship, 10 internal, 10 external. That would give you focus, and don't worry about anything else. And again, 10 is just a guideline. It could be 8 or it could be 12, but you need to see yourself. The criteria I have given you, evaluate, and start with your boss, of course, no doubt. He is one of your strategic relationship, and then see who are the 9 other people. Similarly, external, see who are the 9 other people. Now, in external, let me just emphasize, some people don't realize that especially if you are a CFO, or you are a financial controller, or you are someone who deals, or you are a treasurer, or someone who deals with banks and auditors very frequently, how important they are and how beneficial they could be. Now, auditors and bankers are such categories, and especially consultants and recruiters as well, who deal with a lot of companies. They're not only dealing with you. So they are your window to opportunity. Now, I have seen in my life, many times in my career, that many times some organizations have an open position for a controller or for a director or for a CFO. They would ask their bankers or auditors to find out or identify anyone if they know, auditors mainly. So, and who would they recommend? Of course, the people who they are in good relation. So again, the relationship matters. Even auditors and bankers would not recommend people who just technically qualify and they are in bad relation. Keep assured, if there is a bad relationship, nobody is going to recommend you ever, even if you qualify. But if you are in good relationship with your bankers and auditors, if they are looking for some CFO or finance director or a controller for one of their other clients, you bet, if you are in good relation and you qualify, you deserve, you have a very high chances that they would recommend for you. And even if they don't recommend, just tell them in confidence that you are looking for such opportunity, directly or indirectly, you decide. But they are very good source of new opportunities coming your way. So that is how important the strategic relationship is. And in addition to strategic relationship, my advice, keep a list of 100 key contacts. Now, who are the key contacts? Of course, they are not strategic, but they are the contacts who have some important roles and positions, or they have some empowerment, and they could benefit you. I'll give you an example. For example, one of my student, I taught him maybe 18 years ago when I was teaching in business school, and I came across that the student actually found me, and that student currently is the CFO of a very large bank. Well, he contacted me and really just get in touch, and suddenly he became my key contact. It's not my strategic relationship, I don't know, but I know that with such a powerful position, with such a large bank CFO, he could be beneficial to me sometime in future if I come across with anything I need his help. So I included him in my key contacts. So strategic is your primary contact you need to really nurture and maintain on a regular, actively basis. And key contacts are people, just keep active watch on them and just keep in touch somehow. Keep in touch means that you're not calling them every day, but once in a year or 6 months, you just send them a courtesy email or a birthday wish or something like that, just to be in touch. Okay, so how do you find out your key stakeholders? Here is a framework or a guideline in this slide. So if you look closely in this framework, there are two axes. One is the power, one is the interest. Let's start with your boss. Your boss is definitely more powerful than you, so it's the key interest for you, right? Similarly, your boss is also very interested in you. So boss, if you try to plot your boss on this chart, he will fit somewhere in the upper right side. And upper right side is a block which we call manage closely. These are the people who have high authority, they are very powerful, and they are interested in your in yourself, in your performance or in your stakes. You need to really, these are the key stakeholders or a strategic relationship. You need to keep them closely watch and manage them. What about the people who have high power but really may not be interested that much in you? Well, if you are in finance, it could be the head of marketing, it could be the head of operations, it could be the head of quality and R&D. These are people who are powerful in their areas, but they may not be directly interested in yourself or in your performance or in your work. You need to keep them satisfied. Satisfied means that at least maintain good relationship with them. There should not be any hurdle or anything negative in those relationships. What about the people who do not have a high authority or high power, but they are very interested in you? Well, that could be the people in junior level or at the peer level in the organization. Let's say there is another person in the marketing department or in the operations department at your level, or maybe you are the financial controller of a certain entity, geographical entity, and there is another financial controller at the same level. Now, usually these people are very interested in each other, but they don't have any authority and power. These are the people who would fit in the lower right side. Keep them informed, keep them aware. So they are also people of interest to you, but you just need to keep them informed that what is happening with your situation, and that would be fine. And then there are people who are neither powerful nor interested. You just need to monitor them. Again, these are the people who are part of the organization. Maybe they would be important for some other things, but may not be important for your relationship purposes. So again, this matrix or this framework would help you. You can use it to identify, if you don't know right now who are my strategic key stakeholders, then use this framework, and I'm sure this would be very helpful to find out 10 people internally and 10 people externally.